So we're talking about multi-digit whole number operations again, and this is the last kind of midway point where we're going to finish talking about decimals, kind of get to that standard algorithm aspect and kind of use our brain to kind of figure out, hey, what's this decimal going to look at, and kind of show why we move that decimal the way that it moves when we're multiplying decimals and whole numbers. So the problem I have for you is 3.55 or 3 and 55 hundredths times 89. Now the first thing that we want to do in a situation like this, or what we might see, is let's just estimate. It's always good to estimate where our answer might be. So if we estimate the 3.55, what that might look like is maybe 4. I would round that to 4, and then the 89 I'd round to 90, and then we can kind of do this in our head. 9 times 4 is 36, and then add a 0. So we're going to be about 360. Now when I'm doing this problem, what I want to start thinking about is I want to think about this number right here. Let me circle this. I want to think about this number right here. So the 3.55, what is that going to look like? And what I'm thinking is, well, I'm going to multiply it by 100 because I want to get rid of the decimal. I want to have to worry about that. And so I think this right here, I'm thinking, all right, well, it's 355, which is basically 3.55 times 100. The other way that you can look at it is 3.55 times 10 times 10, right? Because every time we do that, the decimal is going to move over one time, right? So in this case, in this case, it will move all the way to here, which is what we want it to do, right? So depending upon where the decimal is, we want to get rid of it. So it's easier and less likely for us to make a mistake. So now we have this, we have 355 times 89. Now we're actually doing the algorithm. Could we use the area model? Of course we could. Could we keep the decimal in there? Of course we could, but I want you to think about what is this, right? So in reality, we still have 355 hundredths because we multiplied by 100, and we're going to think something different once we finish. So once we do this problem, 9 times 5 is 45, carry the 4, 9 times 5 again is 45, carry the add that 4 is 49, bring that 4 up, 9 times 3 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, right? 8 times 5 is 40. Again, we're getting rid of that 4 up there. And 8 times 5 is 40, so we have 44. And then bring that 4 up again. And 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 more is 28. Then we just add this like a typical multiplication problem. We add them all down. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1 is 31,595. But now remember, when we think we multiplied by 100, so on this side, let me use a different color. And this side, we want to think, once we've done that, we want to think backwards. So we're going to think about this as being this number divided by 100. And so where is that decimal when we're thinking this? Well, the decimal is at the end. And when we're dividing, if we moved it over 2 times here, it's going to move over 2 times here. So in this case, it's really 315. And if we look at this, that's in the 300s. When we estimated, that's in the 300s. It's not perfect. Estimation might not be perfect, but we're making a pretty educated guess. In this case, we're in the 300s. That's in the 300s. That's a viable answer. Our answer is now 315 and 95 hundredths. So that's how we would kind of do that. These portions right here where we think right here and here, this is what you're doing in your head. Okay, and so what this is going to help you do is to remember to add that decimal back in. A lot of mistakes happen when we put the decimal here, right? A lot of times what happens is you forget to put it down here. So writing this out or thinking this makes you remember, like, hey, wait up. It needs to be 315.95. I need that decimal. I need 95 hundredths, right? Estimating up here makes you think like, wait a second, if I don't have my decimal, all of a sudden I have 3,000 or 31,595. But wait, when I estimated, I got 360. So it's making you use your brain and making you think about, wait, is this answer correct? Did I put the decimal, and did I put it in the right place? And that's what you want to ask when you do math. You want to ask questions to make sure that everything makes sense.